3, 2, 1, cut. And just so we're clear, everything went well as usual. The video in this disc, to put it simply, is too much for anyone to handle. Guess what it's used for? Go on, give me the most ridiculous answer you can think of. A little tip. Think like a modern person. The development of technology allows us to save a lot of things as digital data nowadays. Yes, it's a last record. A video is much more convenient than sitting down with a pen. Data secured. Pointer, do you want me to add your part to the video now? Or maybe later?
Preferably never. This whole last record thing is your passion. Besides, I know nothing about material sciences.
But you spent so much time transcoding the incantation. You simply must show up in my video. Please, I insist. We're a team. We shouldn't miss anyone's perspective, no?
Yes.
Super. Then let's take a look at our work so far and learn from our mistakes. Well, my mistakes. Pointer and I had been working on the teleport disk at the Placid's Cosmodrome. More specifically, our interim mission was to determine how to transport supplies to space stations and spacecraft using teleport incantations. The ultimate goal being to achieve stable, safe, and long-distance teleportation to outer space viable for living organisms. The project had been going smoothly until we received some bad news. Due to a policy change at Laplace, most projects in Placids were being suspended. Fortunately, the bad news was followed by a small amount of good. Madame Lucy said if we could send a monitor to space to collect data when the storm arrived, we'd be allowed to continue with our project. It was a vital opportunity to make our contribution to deciphering the storm. There were only 3 major issues to solve: manpower, energy supply, and determination. As you can see, the first 2 issues have been solved by our new members. Thank you all for your help. Especially our brave little astronaut. The plan is now simple. She'll fly into space, reach the required altitude, launch the monitor, and zero in on the correct coordinates. And then she'll contact ground control to come home. Her arcane skill will protect her from any possible danger caused by pressure or heat in the vacuum of space. Then finally, she will activate the teleport disk, and we will activate our receiver on the ground. Ta-da! Everyone will arrive in Laplace's Arctic branch safe and sound to acclaim and accolades from all around the scientific world. Well, that's a simple framework of the plan, but we still have tons of minor problems to tackle first. Our top priority is improving the long-distance positioning accuracy of the teleport disk. We've already begun testing our latest prototypes, though the last test didn't end well. We're still searching for the cause of that particular catastrophic error, but we won't let it stop us. This was no more than an inevitable roadblock, a small accident on the way to technological progress.
Elizabeth, if we are going to have any chance of learning from our mistakes, we can't run away from our problems.
All right. That last test was a week ago. Same as the last time. Though we've made some improvements, we still need an intelligent creature to run the test. And I guess it'll be me again.
Are you sure? Considering the danger and your value to the project, I think you ought to let me.
How can I ask anyone to try my invention if I wouldn't use it myself? Now, what are you waiting for? Get to the safe zone. Oh, and remember to secure the blast door.
Miss Kipperina asked about the test yesterday as she was feeding the fish. She said she's been able to control her power more now. You'd be much safer with her help. We're a team, right? We sink or swim together.
My training just finished. I hope I'm not late, Miss Elizabeth.
Well, we did have a pretty bad accident, but thanks to Kipperina's arcane skill, no one was too badly hurt. Windsong is one cool teacher, and that girl's a phenomenal student. The margin of error remained high, a significant problem for sure. But we'd learned our lesson after spending all that time recovering in the ward. That is, that we should prepare for the worst, so that those who survive will know what to do with, our legacy. Our last record matters, my friend.
I don't think that's what Pointer meant when she told us to learn from our mistakes.
Again, I emphasize that safety must come first in the lab. It is my first and most important protocol. Windsong and I left for all of 10 minutes, and by the time we got back, each and every one of you ended up on death's door. And now I find out you've even petitioned for a postponed evacuation. This is getting ridiculous.
You know how tight the schedule is now that the storm emergency plan has been activated, don't you? The silver lining is that now we know that we have exactly 3 months. We can still optimize the procedure and improve the disk and...
Enough, Sylvie!
Oh, come on, friends. Can we just calm down and discuss our schedule over dinner? I believe Miss Pointer was only trying to suggest a better plan.
I am. I suggest we stop all work on this project immediately.
What? Why? The situation really isn't that dire.
Miss Elizabeth is right. We shouldn't be discouraged over one accident, Miss Pointer. The damage wasn't too severe.
Only 3 months left, yet our latest achievement was a total catastrophe. I know what you're all thinking, that the odds are still good, and it's more or less safe to continue. But all that is a weighted gamble. Nothing matters more than your lives.
Pointer, what do you think the odds are, really?
Without diving into the calculations, it's around a 70% chance in theory. But my logic is screaming something else in my ear.
You don't have to take that risk, Pointer.
I know what I'm doing. Nothing's guaranteed in the world of science. The risk is too high. I can't allow it.
But it's like we always say, there's nothing guaranteed in the world of science. You never know before you take that fateful step.
My analysis points to a dangerous level of uncertainty in this project. The price of failure, even optimistically, could be much worse than a few days in recovery. There could be more permanent injuries. You could even... You've seen how things, places, people just disappear in the storm. You need to stop this insanity before that happens to us. Don't you understand?
I really don't. Why should we stop? No, you're right. We shouldn't pretend as if it's normal to risk our lives for this. At the end of the day, if we die, our research dies with us. But if something were to happen to the team, you would be the one to survive. That's why I want you to keep our records, to take down everything in case the worst happens. Here.
I won't take it. And I won't submit this petition for you. I can't stand by and let you kill yourselves. I'm done. I quit.
The performance is about to start. Please sit back.
In the infinite loop of time. Always.
Maybe take a deep breath. Stars.
A blessing bestowed by fate.
Don't take a wrong step. Hold your saxophone. Maybe take a deep breath.
All forms of power at your fingertips.
Let me help.
Please enjoy.
The stars are just out of reach.
In the repeating cycle, we may feel regret, or even perish in the chaos. Fortunately, this time, we were given a perfect ending.
The name is Pointer, researcher in the LSCC Plesetsk branch. The reason I joined, the same reason I quit. Nothing matters more than people's lives. All the research I've done has been for one purpose, to make people's lives better.
Pointer, there you are. How's everything going? I heard you're busy with the evacuation. Seems many stores in Mirny have already closed up.
As soon as I finish the handover here, I'm heading back into town to help with packing, coordinating, and explaining the situation to the locals. Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. You know, Hisabeth said that exact thing when I asked about the team's progress yesterday. They seem to be doing all right.
Good.
Oh, by the way, I've got some seats left. Do you want to take them off my hands?
Do I look like a gardener to you?
Well, it's just that I heard from a few people here in Mirny that a Laplace researcher was giving out sunflower seeds. And it wasn't me, so I've been wondering just who it could have been. Don't you want some? Seriously, everyone loves them.
Thanks. So, who ended up signing the application?
Hisabeth will, when she goes to collect the monitor and report our research to Ludwig. She says it's more likely to get approval that way.
They don't know when to stop, do they?
They don't know the meaning.
Stop. If the fish get startled, then they won't eat anything.
I see, Miss Elizabeth.
I finished the full inventory check. There's more runium left than we thought. Now, where should I put these useless old files? I was thinking we could use them for draft paper.
Maybe you can turn them into a knife or something. A knife would be more useful at this point. You know, to cut fruit or whatever.
Actually, that card there on the table would work better for that.
Why's that?
It's all about the material. Metal makes a better edge than paper. Never quite understood why you made them like that.
Oh, I was testing out a new alloy. I used it to make windsongs and pointers cards. It gets harder and sharper when heated. Give it a rub with your hands and you can use it as a letter opener. The ritual still isn't stable enough. We need a specific location or area to set as a destination in advance. But first, we need a way to pinpoint a recognizable area. The formula should be...
Miss Winsong sent me a message. She said, don't forget to collect the monitor.
Oh, she sent it to you too? Tell her I said thanks. No, that number doesn't look right.
I tried my best, but those arcane minerals you were asking for are scarce as all hell. I haven't been able to find a single supplier.
Then we'll carry on without them. That's it. Nope, wrong again. Pointer was the master of numbers. With that brain of hers, she'd have had this over and done by now. Careful, don't hurt yourself. They're more powerful than they seem.
Miss Elizabeth. I have a question for you. Sorry if it's not a good time, but it's important to me. And it's something I hope you'll answer honestly.
Sorry, ladies. Please ignore me. I'm not here, and I didn't hear a thing.
Но если я заплачу, мисс Киперина, умная молодая девушка, неудивительно, что она быстро во всем разобралась. Вы согласны?
So, what's your question?
Miss Pointer said something before she left about places and people disappearing into the storm. It's hard to believe that she would ever give up on our mission, unless she knew the price of failing was truly horrible. Then the storm can't just be some normal kind of natural disaster. This storm will destroy everything. Won't it? All the people we know, all the bears, birds, this fish, everything. The lost future that you talk about. Was it the first to disappear? Or are there more that have been lost? Will the same thing happen to our time? Things are much worse than you let on. What else has changed in the future?
Many things changed. Some things won't last nearly as long as people think they will. For you, the world might seem to have turned upside down, but life will go on. Now that you know what's at stake, are you ready to officially join Laplace? I'm afraid there is still a great deal I cannot tell you until then. Many of the answers you're seeking are classified, for employees only.
Pardon me, Miss Hisabeth. But given the danger of the mission we are expecting Kiparina to perform, I think she has the right to know what the storm really is.
I understand that you don't want to go against Laplace's rules. But I'll bet there aren't any rules against me figuring it out, and you simply nodding. Am I right? I won't get to see Mr. Kozlov or get that gift in the future. So, if I join Laplace, I won't see anyone from Utranyaya ever again.
The choice is yours. I won't force you to do anything. Remember the day we first met in the restaurant? I said I would write you a recommendation. I was serious. I still am. In fact, it's already done. Winsung has signed on to it too. And our Foundation friend behind you is prepared to offer another guarantee, just in case. We will make a recommendation for your friend Voyager as well, but that's all we can do. I'm afraid we can't protect everyone, nor can we make this decision for you. Do you want to keep going? If you don't, you'll be allowed to return and accept what's to come. But if you join us, there is a chance to change things.
Will complete my mission. And if I successfully come back with the data, I'll consider joining Laplace. But I can't make a decision now. I need more time to think. I will stay until my job is done. You don't have to worry about that. That is what Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov and my friends in the circus would all want. It is the right thing to do. If you'll excuse me, I should return to my training. I'll see you later.
Us too. Need to double-check the warehouse inventory. Might find something useful.
Wait, haven't we done that already? Those...
Alright, we'll let you know if we find anything.
Join them if you want. I have some unfinished business.
Alia! Was that you? Did you just say my name? You weren't up to...
Stars. Good. Alia. Happy.
These calculations need to be finished today. The teleport ritual requires the caster to recite the location. It could be understood as calibrating in a way. Let's continue with that thought. The destination must be preset, and the ritual casts through incantation. But the further the distance, the harder it is to stay on target. If only there were an arcane reaction strong enough and unique enough to calibrate to.
What happened? Are you all right, Miss Isabeth?
Was that you? Did you cast that arcane skill just now? No, those energy levels were too high for you, beyond most arcanists. Who was with you just now?
Voyager. He was just trying to make me feel better. Did it interfere with your experiments? I apologize, Miss Isabeth. I promise it won't happen again. She just left. If you want to find her, I'll go with you.
Are you saying she was the one that cast that arcane skill?
Yes. It was so pretty. It was like
a neutron star. It's a type of highly magnetized star that emits powerful beams that can be traced to show us its precise location. We call them the beacons of space. Such a strong arcane reaction would be so bright that it'd be trivial to locate even from an extreme distance.
I don't know much about space, but it sounds like the difference between finding a star in the sky and looking for the sun. But then the universe is also very big. I imagine if you were looking from far enough away, even the sun would seem small.
Merde, I'm afraid you're right. When comparing all the stars in the observable universe, our sun is far from the largest or brightest, only the closest. We can't assume proximity in our case. But then, there's still got to be a way, no? Before the storm arrives, the levels of arcane energy in all affected areas will be greatly amplified. But what about places that won't be affected? Perhaps then the trick will not be to look for the light in darkness, but for the darkness in the light. Like finding a dim bulb in a string of Christmas lights. If that's the case, I can adjust the portion of runium in order to focus the disc precisely on placets. If this works out, then I guarantee you will arrive home safe and sound.
Understood. Take care.
What are you up to?
I've been communicating with the garrison in Mirny. They've picked up some abnormal critter activity during their patrols. Another batch of residents is set to evacuate too. I'll head over to help them shortly. What about you? Your geological survey? Are you staying at the branch, or will you head back to HQ?
Haven't found anything that's worth digging up yet, but I've decided to give it another try. Should be back here in time for the evacuation. Though I'm hoping to stick around for my little apprentice. She said she'll only give us her decision on joining Laplace once she's back from her mission. I can't wait to hear the good news. You still pretending not to care?
My concern, whether it exists or not, will have no tangible effect on their results. I just hope they don't kill themselves for nothing.
Hisabeth is planning a final teleportation test the day after tomorrow. I'll be observing from the meeting room. You know, the one we always use upstairs? Early in the afternoon.
I'll likely be in Mirny by then.
Hey, Ulrich. We meet again. You look even worse than when we last met.
Ah, Miss Winsong. And Pointer? What have we here? Two of our busiest bees working together in the Plessist branch?
So when is this humanitarian vacation of yours over? Any interest in sparing a little time to watch something fun?
If by something fun you mean Dimitri's party, then thanks, but no thanks.
No, not that. I told you about it before. Hisabeth's teleport disk experiment.
Ah, yes, that one. You know, word of it is already spreading through HQ and all the other branches.
And? What's the impression?
I wouldn't categorize it as good, but it has certainly become a contentious topic.
At least one of the bigwigs is supportive, Madame Lucy. It seems she intends to keep our experiment going either way. She even invited a prominent string theory researcher to HQ. As I said, even if we don't get the results we hoped for, the work itself can be illuminating.
Excuse me. I have obligations to attend to. Let's talk again later.
Bean, I forgot my badge. And Pointer's gone. How am I supposed to get back to the lab? Sorry, Ulrich. Do you mind walking me back? By the way, you didn't answer whether you'll be at Hisabeth's experiment.
I'll do my best.
Trail still.
Varieties book? This'll help. Like a metaphor?
Guns, the trail.
Or this one?
The trail was all too obvious. Oh.
From space. Varieties book?
Guns loaded.
Listen. I can't read it.
Don't act surprised. It's just a... Tell me when you need the job done. Guns left the right.
Or this one?
The trail was all too obvious.
This'll help. I can't read it. Did I miss something?
Trail still.
The varieties book?
Don't miss with Texas.
I cut the
It's still warm.
I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky.
The trail was all too obvious. Don't waste my time. Don't act surprised. It's just another day on the job.
Useful? This'll help.
Weak hide is fine.
Time to turn the page. Careful
You're a
with the
hard nut to
pages.
crack. Go to the
To the left, the right.
Ooh.
Look. They cut it or this one. I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky. Regaining control of our bodies. Careful with the pages. Careful
You're a
with
hard
the
nut to
pages.
crack. Trails.
Right, useful? Fine. Great. Punch these. Now, to preserve this memory in our dreams.
I'm ready. Remember to stay within the safe zone. The medical team is helping with the evacuation, so we need to be extra careful this time.
Miss, are you sure I shouldn't be the one doing this? I've mastered my arcane skill. I'll be able to protect myself.
No. Look at all the files here. They might give you a paper cut. It's an unacceptable risk for our astronaut. Even the slightest abrasion could explode under the pressure of liftoff. No need for concern. We've done the simulations and cross-checked the data thoroughly. To aid in the disk's mental preparation, I even read Madame Lucy's speech and some Laplace essays on the scientification of arcane skills.
But...
Hipparina. Take the others behind the blast door. I'll use my arcane skill to protect the field as much as I can. In order to maintain communication, you'll need to stay behind that door, or else the signal will be disrupted. But with my arcane skill, the risk should be minimal.
But if something goes wrong, what will you do?
I will take care of myself. The only thing I ask is that you pay close attention to what I do. Because in the worst case scenario, if you find yourself out there alone, you'll need to be able to perform this intuitively.
I don't know if I'm ready.
Maybe, but it's still too early to give up, little astronaut.
But...
Enough talking. We don't have time for any dramatic farewells. Wait, whose idea is this? Couldn't be Pointer's. She packs meticulously. Let me guess. Winsome? I knew it. How is she gonna get back into the lab? I'll just have to surprise her with it later.
where would you place their odds? Perhaps more importantly, is there any guarantee the data they collect will elucidate meaningful truths behind the storm?
You know as well as I do, Laplace hasn't mastered the art of prediction. We don't offer guarantees. Besides, maybe our demon already knows how this all ends, but I'd rather not. Personally, I hate spoilers.
As do I.
Slackers! Slackers!
Yes, I've found the room. Thank you.
Is that Adler?
Mr. Ludwig?
I'm glad to see you're so devoted to our research, and I thank you for your hard work. I'm here to deliver the storm monitor on behalf of Madame Lucy. Given our lack of resources and time, we were forced to modify an existing device to perform as our monitor. It was originally a robotic assistant, something to set daily schedules and work reminders. You already noticed Adler's voice. It's synthetic, of course. His colleagues originally developed this machine for him as a humanitarian gesture. It was trained to mimic his voice, an attempt to keep him social. It ultimately proved ineffective in that role, so now it will serve as our monitor.
I understand. Given the circumstances, recycling resources is wise, though I struggle to see how a robotic assistant could be a humanitarian gesture.
Your appreciation is noted, and I supposed you might. In fact, this vacation Madame Lucy sent you on to Plesetsk is a kind of humanitarian gesture on her part. Perhaps she hopes you'll gain a deeper understanding of the term.
Mind if I take a closer look? Wow, there are a lot of voice packs programmed into this thing. How to temper steel. Madame Lucy's voice, I'd bet. And then what else is here? Sweetheart? The Superstar? Oh, and Sputnik 1, too. Warm and fluffy company? Who could that be?
What a waste of time. Why would a monitor need a critter's voice in space?
Maybe they just put it in for fun. It could be useful to relieve a little stress. Oh, perfect timing. Hisabeth has entered the testing grounds.
Field report. I activated the disk, but it's not working. There must be an error in its incantation. Oh, the indicator is red. So then it must still be accumulating arcane energy. It may be calibrating its position within the range I set. But what about all this excess energy? I worry it might not just transport me, but half the office.
Any last words? If you explode, I call dibs on your fish.
Have some patience. It's doing something. Bad news. I don't think any of those fish are gonna survive. Here's me a safe journey.
Can hear you you brainstorming, Ulrich. It's oddly literal. You know, Hisabeth, there's gentler ways to make an entrance.
Poor fish. I attempted to turn my aquarium into fireproof ceramic to keep it safe, but it looks like it just made it easier to shatter. Wait. Uh-oh, I forgot about this. Luckily, it didn't affect the card itself.
That's a unique design. Thanks. It might make for a nice conversation piece.
Congratulations, Miss Hisabeth. Your results appear more than adequate. Indeed, you have exceeded my expectations.
Is that stuffy office talk for good job? Merci all the same.
Congrats. So does your success here mean my lovely apprentice has a chance to land back on Mother Earth safely?
More than a chance now. Though I'm afraid the adjustments we've made to the process will be impossible to replicate at scale.
Nonetheless, you've convinced me. Your application for delayed evacuation is approved.
But I haven't even submitted it yet.
Well, you may submit it now.
So, that's why you're back here with that torn-up application form? I gotta tell you, it's impressive you managed to piece it back together.
At least I learned something from it. Don't teleport paper products without a protective sheet.
They seem so close to success. I will keep training. I need to stay at my best for our lunch day. I know. I won't push myself too hard. Thanks, Voyager.
We don't have much time left. Remember to rest too while you still can. You should take a day off. Consider it a celebration of our successful experiment.
Actually, I believe Miss Hisabeth already has plans for me. We still have a lot of work to do.
Plans? Yes, that we do. I need to train you to use the monitor. You will have to confirm the final coordinates on the disk and be able to perform the final safety checks before launching. Oh, I think it may be necessary to implement a particular procedure that Ludwig mentioned. A humanitarian vacation.